take a look at some of our past projects where creativity meets excellence.
In chess, the main goal is to checkmate your opponent's king. Checkmate occurs when the enemy king is trapped and cannot escape capture. The game starts with players facing each other across the chessboard. Each player has their pieces, and they place them on the board so that the bottom right square is a lighter one. The chess pieces are set up the same way every time. In the back row, you'll find the rooks on the corners, then the knights next to them, followed by the bishops, the king, and finally, the queen. You've done it right if your queen sits on a square that matches her color. In chess, the player with the white pieces goes first, and then players take turns moving one piece at a time until the game finishes. Pieces can't share squares, move through each other, or jump over other pieces. You capture your opponent's pieces by moving your piece to the square their piece is on. When you do this, their piece is taken off the board. Each type of chess piece moves in its own special way. Pawns are a bit unique. They usually move one square forward at a time, but the first time they move, they have the option to move up to 2 squares forward. Pawns capture other pieces by moving one square diagonally in front of them. They can't capture by moving directly forward, and once a pawn reaches the other side of the board, it can become any other type of piece in a move called promotion. Rooks can move in straight lines, horizontally or vertically, for as many squares as you want. But they can't go diagonally, and if they move, they capture the first enemy piece they reach. Knights move in an L shape. They go 2 squares in one direction, and then one more square at a 90-degree angle. Knights can jump over other pieces, capturing any opponent piece they land on in the final move. Bishops can move diagonally in any direction and capture the first enemy piece they encounter. Queens are versatile and can move in any direction for any number of squares, capturing the first enemy piece they reach. Kings can move one square in any direction. They must avoid moves that put them in danger. If a move puts the opponent's king in danger, it's called a check. When in check, the opponent must protect the king, either by moving it, blocking the attacking piece's path, or capturing the threat. If there's no way to protect the king, it's checkmate, and the game ends with a win for the attacker. A draw or stalemate can also happen if the king is safe but neither player can make a legal move. In chess, there are a couple of special moves to be aware of. Castling, this unique move involves the king and one of the rooks. The king moves 2 squares towards a rook, and the rook moves to the square next to the king on the opposite side. However, there are conditions that must be met. It must be the king's first move, it must be the rook's first move, there can't be any pieces between them, and the king can't be in check or pass through a square that's under threat. En passant, this move applies to pawns. If a pawn moves 2 squares forward from its starting position and lands next to an opponent's pawn, the opponent has the option to capture the moving pawn as if it had only moved 1 square. However, this capture must happen on the very next turn, otherwise, the chance is lost. To capture, the pawn moves diagonally to the square directly behind the moving pawn. Always keep in mind that the player who successfully executes a checkmate against their opponent's king wins the game. Now, let's explore 5 bonus tricks to up your chess game and surprise your opponent. 1. Fork attack. Look to move a piece that threatens 2 or more of your opponent's pieces simultaneously. This forces them to sacrifice one piece, giving you an advantage. 2. Pin strategy. Pin your opponent's valuable piece, like a queen or rook, to a less valuable one, like a pawn. They can't move the valuable piece without exposing their king. 3. Discover attacks. Use one piece to open up an attack path for another. For example, move a bishop to uncover an attack by your queen or rook. For pawn promotion, get a pawn to the opposite end of.
For more details, visit our website www.videoative.com, email us videoative.info@gmail.com, or connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We look forward to working with you. Thank you.